And don't do what I'm about to do. I am an absolute moron. There it goes. Perfect. All right. Listen, there's gonna be a lot of people that say, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And you're all probably gonna be right, but understand this, I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Mike, and you're watching Triple T Acres, and I've got a fun project I've got to get done today. Now I'm going to be utilizing all of the equipment behind me. I've got my LS tractor, the hydraulic grapple on the front, my Husqvarna chainsaw, and the Wallenstein chipper here behind me. And what we're going to be doing today is cutting down this tree. I don't have a whole lot of experience cutting down trees, but I'm definitely a do-it-yourself kind of guy. So we're going to utilize all of this equipment today, see if we can get this tree to fall where I want it to, get all the limbs all chipped up with a wood chipper, and move the logs over to the firewood pile for splitting later. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Stick around, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. All right, here is the dead maple that I'll be cutting down here. And what I wanted to do is I want it to fall that way. I've got no dangers this way, no trees for it to hang up. And it should fall that way because the way the tree looks like, it's got this offshoot here to the right. I'm hoping that that gives it some leverage to go that way. So we're gonna notch it on this side, do a back cut, and we'll see if I can land it basically on this little bridge that I have here. I've got some trees and stuff this way that I'm gonna try not to hit. Obviously, I'm gonna get the tractor out of the way. A good exit route, so once I make my back cut and the tree starts to fall, I can get the heck out of Dodge. Let's get everything all cleaned up here first, move the tractor, and see if we can get this tree to fall right where I want it. I'll take this thing all the way down here. All right, I'd say that is plenty far enough. Might be a little too far, but you can never be too safe with this kind of thing. I got a buddy that has a YouTube channel, Peaks Peak, and he dropped a tree right on us side by side, and I definitely don't want to do that. So it's completely out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to get some of this stuff out of my way so that I'm not fighting it while I cut this tree. You always want to get this stuff out of your way, so when you're trying to get out of there, because you never want to stand by and watch the tree fall, you don't want anything to trip you up. I'd say we are clear. I had a good friend once tell me that has a lot more experience with cutting trees, is there's always a line on your chainsaw. If you got a good chainsaw, as you see right here, when you're making your cut, you'll see a lot of people that are looking over their saw, they're looking for this line, and that line is supposed to be where your tree should fall. So when you're making your notch, keep an eye on this line and aim it for where you're actually trying to get the tree to fall. Well, something went wrong with the audio, but spoiler alert, this tree does not do what I thought it was going to do. So I need some of your input. Let me know, do I make these cuts correct? Is this wedge too deep? Is it too shallow? As you can see, I'm taking my time. I'm looking at where I want the tree to go. I try to make all these cuts nice in a line. I even get the saw and make sure that my crease is met at the back. And you'll see here, I'll knock the wedge out with the hammer. And I even go back and make sure that my notch is nice and clean. So I'm curious. I don't know what went wrong here. Please let me know in the comments what I could have done to make this tree fall a lot better. So as I'm checking out the cut here, it looks like it's all nice and clean, but again, let me know what I could have done better. I'm actually going to try to do a plunge cut and leave the back for a trigger. Bring it forward a little bit. Just want to stop and reassess, make sure we're making our cuts right. I don't want to go too much deeper over here. All right, got enough hinge over here. got enough hinge. Let's make this final cut. Okay, I hope it falls. Cut. All right, so I did a little reassessment here, and I've got a good hinge. I'm not worried about it kicking out either way. It's gonna go this way with a little bit of help. Now, do not do this. I am an idiot, okay? I'm gonna hook this rope up. I'm gonna hook it up to my side-by-side. I'm gonna wrap it around the Nerf bar, but be able to let it go once this thing goes. I feel like just a little bit of encouragement, it's gonna go right where I want it to. So again, don't do what I'm about to do. I am an absolute moron. All right. This is all gonna work in theory. I'm gonna wrap it around this a couple times and then let it go. Okay, go. There it goes. Perfect. Oh, I love it. All right, let's see. Right on the bridge. Worked just like a charm. Shoo-wee. Again, don't do what I did. I'm an idiot. All right. Listen, there's going to be a lot of people that say, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And you're all probably going to be right. But understand this, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just watched a few videos, and this is just enough to get yourself hurt. But I made a little risk here, but it turned out really, really well. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna limb all this with the chainsaw, get it stacked off to the side, get the tractor and the grapple, move the logs, and I should be able to chip up all of these tops. But yeah, leave a comment on everything I did wrong. I'd love to know how crappy of a job I did. So, all right, let's get the limbs cut up and get this thing rolling. All right, we got the grapple hooked up here. We're gonna come in from this side and see if we can push all the brush forward and separate it a little bit here.
So the grapple that I'm using here is made by Tar River, and it is a light duty grapple, but I have put this thing through the ringer. It has been such a handy tool on my property. Doing stuff like this, moving brush around and picking up logs and setting them where I want to put them really precisely. And if you've got a sawmill or something like that, man, these grapples actually work really, really well. One thing I do like about them is they're really light, so they don't steal away from some of the lifting capacity of your tractor. They might be, just over 100 pounds, saving the rest for the tractor to be able to lift the stuff up. But man, this has made such a big difference. Having the right tool for the job really helps out, especially if you've got a bad back like I've got. But yeah, Tar River grapple works awesome.
Having the right tool for the job really makes a difference. And having this tractor with a grapple has just been a game changer. Stack it right here for now. Have any of you ever started a project thinking, man, this is not going to take very long, and it ends up taking way longer than expected? I feel like that happens to me quite often. But anyways, I've got everything piled up here. Let's run as much as we can through the wood chipper. I know a lot of this won't go through it, and I'll just put that on a wood pile to burn later. But let's just run some stuff through the wood chipper. I haven't got to use this thing very much, so let's see what it's made of. Now this wood chipper, it's supposed to accept 7-inch material. However, this is oversized for my tractor. I really needed the 5-inch chipper, so I got to be careful with what I put in so it doesn't kill my tractor. But this stuff is all dead and it should chew it up pretty easy. Let's see how this goes. Super loud though, my goodness. All right, not too bad. It got all of the thin stuff out. That wood chipper did such a good job. You know, let me give you a better look at what I've got here. This is the Wallenstein BX72S 7-inch wood chipper, and I just want to say thanks to Fultz Ag and Equipment in Lancaster. They let me use this to demo to show you guys how well this piece of equipment works. So if you're interested in something like this and you're in Southeast Ohio area, reach out to Jacob Fultz. Anybody at their shop could get you some answers. If you want a smaller one, they got a 5-inch one that works awesome as well. But man, my tractor, 35 horsepower, did such a good job. This stuff is a little bit too big for it. I don't want to get the chainsaw and cut any of the smaller stuff. So I'm going to get the grapple and we're going to go put this on my burn pile and then go get those logs over there. And that's really all I got left to do. So really successful day so far. My Muzzy, my buddy. All right, so we got that pile done. Last thing I got to do is get these logs over here to the firewood pile, and that's it. See if we can grab the big one and the little one at the same time. I'd like to make this in just 2 trips. Power of this tractor. The last 2 here, 2 good sized logs. There we go. Now my tractor is a 35 horsepower LS tractor, and I believe the lift capacity is right around 2,100 pounds. And I would say there's every bit of that on the front of this tractor right here. This grapple's super light. You know, I think that these other tractor brands like Kubota and all them, they always have a lot less lift capacity. Some of these other brand tractors like LS and YTM, they just smoke Kubota and John Deere with their lift capacities. I mean, that is amazing. 35 horsepower tractor, 2 pretty daggone large logs. All right, check it out. This is all that's left. Got a little stump here, which I'll cut that thing down and maybe get a stump grinder on that on another date. But yeah, nonetheless, all cleaned up. Well, we got it all done. And what a great combination with the tractor, the grapple on the front, and the wood chipper to clean it all up. The weakest link in the whole thing was my inexperience with cutting trees down. Again, please leave comments. Let me know everything that I did wrong. I'd love to get a little bit better at that. I don't cut a lot of trees down. I am just a DIY guy. But guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, we'll see you in the next video.